Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me. And I can't choose what
Wow! Hey, folks. I guess we should have changed clothes looking
I was
back.
thinking that. Yeah, we got the same outfits as last week. Someone will notice. I'm out on the comments. I went in there. I did a splash into the comments.
No need.
I am out, Jerry.
I don't think other job, there's no waiter like, let me see how I did on YouTube. You know, they can't really, I guess they get a Yelp maybe.
Well, they get a tip or no tip, I think. They get a
That's
buck.
it.
They're like, yikes.
Tip. Boy, the tipping's getting out of control. I went to a bar with the lady, the wife, and,
You got tip bartenders now.
well, the bill came, and, you know, you get a beer, you give $1. That's the standard move.
Buck a beer.
I had 2 beers, and the bill comes, and it's $8 million. It's some schmancy Tribeca horse shit. And the guy goes, all right, here's the bill. And it was like $60. And you're like, oh, damn, this is a little pricey. But you got to tip 20% because you got a bill.
Right.
It's not a drink to drink now. Now you have
Yes.
a bill. So now I have to tip 12.
12.
Whereas I would have tipped, we got 2 drinks each, $4. Now I'm
Right.
tipping $12, which I did it. I paid it, but it's a good little trick they got going on.
It's always strange with this. I talk about this a lot, and I'm a big tipper. You can ask anybody anything, but it is weird that, like, I was at Mohegan Sun with Canner, who did great weekend. It was a good weekend. But
It's a casino.
we went to Michael Jordan's Steakhouse, which is always nice because he's like, I was like, we should go get. I played poker all day. I went to the poker room, which was really fun.
The room.
The poker room.
That's too intimidating.
It was very intimidating. I was very proud of myself. I was out there being like, oh, God. Because I played poker once in Aruba with Tony V and Ray Ellen at the casino. I've obviously played poker countless times, but at a
Sure.
casino. And even then, you're like, I got a couple buddies at the table, whatever. To go into that table, it's scary.
I mean, these are ringers. These guys are all divorcees. They hit their kids. They're smoking cigarettes. They mean business.
They got sunglasses and AirPods.
Yes.
And one guy had the mask and the hat and the glasses at the table. I was like, Jesus.
Ted Kaczynski.
So it was a lot, but I spent about 6 hours there and I had some fun.
6 hours.
Yeah, it's so addictive and repetitive because you're just sitting there and if you want to go to a casino and have your money last, poker is nice because you can just muck your hand over and over and over again. Like I mean, well, it's $1, $2 blinds. I mean, it's no limit, but it's you owe a $2 big blind once every few minutes and a $1 small blind, so you can just fold.
You're a liberal muck.
So I ended up listening. I'm a muck baby. So I ended up playing for about 6 hours. I ended up losing $300, but over 6 hours.
6 hours is solid.
If you go to play blackjack or roulette, if you're not winning,
20 minutes.
forget about it. It goes
Yeah.
fast. But anyways, I left there and I was like, man, if I had won money, I'd say, let's go get some steaks. And this is all going to come back around to the tip. And Ken was like, why don't we just go get steaks? And it was one of those things where you're with your opener and you're like, steak sounds nice, but I just lost $300.
Yeah, and I'm buying.
And then he's like, well, I'll split. He's like, I'm doing well. I have the job. So he's like, I don't want you to think you're buying me a steak. I'm like, oh, 100%. Let's go get steaks.
Let's get some ribeyes.
It's one of those things where like, I don't want to dump $300 in the poker room and then you go spend $300 at the restaurant. But if we're Splitsville.
Let's do it, Fatty.
But anyways, my thought about the
Going
tipping
Dutch.
is always weird because you're like, if I order a cheeseburger here, that's half the price of a filet mignon,
Yeah.
but they're doing the same amount of work. So the tip is going up, even though they're still bringing one thing. Just instead of bringing a $20 dish, they're bringing a $60 dish.
Interesting.
So this tip is $4 and this tip is $12.
Yeah.
That's weird,
That's
right?
a good
but
point.
Same amount of work.
Yeah, it's a plate to a table, plate to a table.
Yes, but it's not like it's harder to carry a fillet. Like it's
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's a weird thing.
that is weird. I never thought about it. You're completely right. And that's why they upsell. They go, hey, you got to get the bolognese or the boulangerie or the
Father's gay.
boulangerie. Yeah. You know, they up because they want to, hey, get the guac too. Oh, get that added on. That's
Yes.
another $68. Well, Hannibal had that great point of he is killing it as a comedian back in the day, and he's paying his agents the same 20%, but now it's of a giant paycheck when they did the same work.
Right.
They just called a club earlier and said, hey, will you book my client? Here's $1,200. Great. Here's 10% of $1,200. Now will you book my client this theater? $120 check, 1,000, 10% of that.
Right.
But it's the same gig.
Yes.
He's right.
It's tricky. Yeah, it's a weird thing. That's why it's so hard because like you wait tables at TGI fuck yous.
Sure, that's a tough spot.
You're making $300 a night. You wait tables at Del Frisco's. You're making $700 a night. Same gig.
Yeah,
And you're probably treated better at Del Frisco's.
that's what I was gonna say. The fat whore at the diner who calls you hun, she's running around sweating with a bun on her head and a pencil through it. And then the guy at Del Frisco's got the nice suit on, and hello, how are you, sir? He's got a tablecloth that he's cleaning up.
You know, we should go get a steak. I tried to get a steak with Sam when we went
Let's
out,
do it.
and Sam didn't want to have it because his tummy or whatever.
Oh, that was bad.
Oh, that was rough.
Yeah, he's like, I can't get a steak in the middle of the day. I mean, that's when the Jew comes out.
I'm like, hey, you get a salad. They have other items.
Just a salad.
But or we go at night. I mean, I don't know if I can't get you and Sam to take a night off, but whatever. We'll have a lunch. We'll have a steak. We'll go to
Yeah.
Del Frisco's.
Took the night off on Monday, saw Quinn's show. But yeah, I would love that. Me and Salakis went out to dinner. But yeah, let's get a steak. I love it. We can go to Old Homestead. We can go to Keen's.
Which one is Keen's? I don't know Keen's.
Oh, Keen. Give Keen's a goog. This is history. It's in the 30s or 20s. It's in a weird location, but it is. The ceiling's about this tall. There's bras hanging off. It's all wood. I mean, this place, one mouse queef would light this place up in flames.
I love a stale filet. I told you, Vecchione turned, I don't want to say his age, but he turned an age. And
68.
We went out and had a nice steak. It's weird. I have multiple friends that are turning half a
50?
century this
Yeah,
year. It's
yeah.
very odd.
It's kooky.
Very odd.
Wilson Vince is 56.
Oh, my God. I just threw up a little bit.
He's well, the black don't jizz. But what do you got on
And
Keen's?
abs.
Oh, yeah.
Keen's Steakhouse is a steakhouse restaurant located at 72 West 36th.
36.
Says the restaurant houses more than 50,000 clay smoking pipes.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
with the
wow.
pipes. They got a million pipes on the ceiling. It looks great.
Wow.
Says
Pipes.
it's known for their famous
all pipes.
mutton chops.
Mutton chop. Thanks for.
Mutton.
And it says that it was opened in 1885.
There it
Wow.
is.
Keeves. I don't know Keeves.
We
Let's
gotta
know
go to Keen's.
It said it's the premier New York City steakhouse.
Ask Keeves. I never heard about it. I always hear about what's the one in Brooklyn there that everyone goes to.
Oh, yeah.
You
They
know
just
it.
had a shooting over there.
Really?
Yeah. Tony Montana's. No, hold on.
Peter Griffin.
Peter Luger.
Peter Luger. Yes.
Luger. Yeah, it's in the Jewish neighborhood over there in Williamsburg.
Williamsburg. Wow. Yeah. Well, let's go to Keeves and ask
Keen's.
Keen's. Oh, I thought it was
Yes.
Keeves. Keene, New Hampshire.
Ah,
Peachy Keene.
yes, exactly.
Yeah. Let's get a steak. We'll get Hanley.
Yeah.
By the way, I heard. Yeah. Well, he's got enough for a steak.
Uh-oh. What did he win the lotto? What happened?
Oh yeah. By the way, this was a month
What
ago
was that
in real
little thing?
time. You never told us the invention.
Huh?
People kept messaging me, being like, "Hey, just tell me the invention." You had met a guy in South Africa. He has an invention. It's gonna be huge.
I don't know if I'm allowed to.
Well, you're not allowed on camera. You're supposed to tell us off camera. You never
I'll tell
did.
you. Oh, okay.
I know, but Chuck, will you remember this, please? Write down a note because I'm dying to hear this homework machine.
Looking back, it's not great. But I'll tell you off camera.
He said it was going
Okay.
to change the world.
Oh, you
I
said
think
he
it would
was gonna be
sell
rich.
really well. It's like a pet rock where I think it'll like
Yes, that's what you said.
in a year they'll sell 10 million of them, then it'll fizzle.
Okay, all
Change
right.
the
It's a
world.
good idea, but it's not going to change. It's not like the Econ Collider or whatever the fuck that thing's called. What's that thing called? Hadron Collider.
Remember the what was the Segway? That was supposed to be big.
Oh, that had a moment.
It's only good for tour. There's like Segway tours.
Yes.
but that's nothing else.
There's a couple cops on those things. You're like, what are you doing? If I turn around really quick, you're going, boop, boop, boop. You're screwed.
Yeah, no good.
Not good. And what if I go down the stairs? You're fucked there, copper. There you go. Exactly. Like you gotta love the gyroscope or what's the thing that keeps that thing balanced? There's a word for that. Aerodynamic or there's something gyro.
Balance, axis.
It's a scientific Fauci term.
No, you're right. I think it's gyroscope. It's in
Okay.
your phone too, which is why your phone knows when to turn.
Yes, yes.
Oh, interesting. Oh,
Yes,
that's neat.
equilibrium. I don't know. Equinox.
By the way, I was driving back from Mohegan. I did the Mohegan Sun weekend. Played a lot of poker, and tough. Yeah, it's a tough room.
They don't like you in there.
A few gays came out, which is nice. Not many. It's not really a market.
Not a market, Norman, and they're all gambling. You can't get out of it. When you're at a casino, you can have all your people there. It's still a casino.
Yes, it is difficult, but fun weekend. But I was driving back. I took off. Canner came up with me, but his girlfriend came, so he hung out with her. I drove back. I love a gig you can drive back. I was home at midnight.
Game changer.
But I
Not a bad drive.
threw on some DePaulo albums. Boy,
Those
was
old
I
ones.
laughing.
Those old ones are money.
Boy, was I laughing. He is
Lunch.
one of those guys. And I put on a Chad Dan. I put on Dad Chanyo.
Oh, that's a classic,
That's
too.
another great album. It was fun to just listen to some good old-fashioned stand-up.
That's so funny. I did that the other day. By the way, the new Nate album is killer. It might be his best hour I've ever seen.
Wow.
Of his. It's
All right.
incredible. It's on Amazon. It's called Hello World. It is. I'm watching with the lady. She's dying, and I had the weird thing like you get at a comedy club where I'm like, "Hey, easy, sister."
Yeah, yes,
You know?
yes.
What are you gonna blow this guy?
My wife's like that with Rory Scovel. She talks about Rory, and I'm like this. All right.
Yeah,
I got
we
you.
got it.
I
He's a
think he's
funny
great.
guy.
You think he's great. He's very handsome.
We can agree. He's great.
I come home. She's just watching Rory. She's got her hand down her pants, and she's
Yeah.
wearing heels and
Yeah.
eye blush or whatever. Just watching Scove, and she's like fumbling. And she's like, "Oh, hey, I thought you had a gig. Oh, yikes!"
I know. And I find myself insulting Nate. I'm like, well, he's a Christian. What are you gonna fuck that guy? Come on. You know.
Exactly. I'm like, well, he's improvising. I don't know. You want to date a guy like that?
Yeah. Yes, and bitch.
And then I reached out to Rory because I saw him in Babylon. Have you seen the film?
I'm gonna watch. I haven't seen it, but the trailer is beautiful.
It's a hell of a picture, and he's right in there laughing it up. And boy,
It looks
Margot Robbie.
like an epic. Like it feels. Apparently, it was Damien Chazelle,
I think that's how you say his name.
Wiesel, whatever his name is, and this was like his opus, but it didn't take.
Oh, I love Chazelle. I love
Whiplash.
Whiplash, I like very much. La La Land. I'm a gay man. I think it's like one of my favorite films ever.
What in my ass? Well, that Emma Stone is very likable.
I love Emma Stone. And
Big eyeballs.
We've talked about it. That scene where he says, "You're crying like a baby." I just jerk off to it.
Ooh-wee.
Really good stuff. But anyways, I love the film. But Rory's great. I don't know why I brought that up. My wife wants to fuck him.
I'd like to fuck Rory too. I mean, the improvising he does on stage. Imagine the bedroom. He'd pick up a lamp and he'd make you jizz in the fish tank.
What a talent. Go check out Rory if you don't know Rory. Also, I got a plug. It's been in my notes for 6 months. I fucked the guy over. Our friend Mike Cronin, Meet. He's got a YouTube special. Can we get a title on that? It's called
Meet Me in the Lobby. Something.
something. I don't think anyone calls him Meet anymore. Mike Cronin has a YouTube special. It's totally free. You've heard about him on here for years.
Funny guy. Opens for Segura. He's all over the road. He's a killer.
Thick worm.
Thick
Thick
Worm.
Worm.
There it is.
Yep.
Got
Get
a big
over there.
piece
Go,
on him.
Go check it out. And yeah. Can I tell you, can I go in the Wayback Machine and tell you a story? Because
Please.
you had I keep saying bachelor party. What's it called where you went?
Thank
honeymoon.
you.
Yes, the honeymoon.
Honeymoon.
So we had those were epic episodes.
Yes, Sandy. Hook.
So I got some. She got the hook.
You got that
So,
right. Hoping she never hears this.
I think you're fine.
All right.
I think it's okay.
Podcasts don't go that far.
And there's like Tuesdays, like looking her up and like sending out the link. I'm like, what are you doing?
I know. I hate these cunts. Now, did you put the photo up?
It's by the time this comes out, yeah, it's up.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
sent
scheduled
him
for
the photo.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary. They're like, here she is. And I'm like, don't. What are you crazy?
Yeah. I know. They want to start shit, these people. And then this is how you lose nice things, folks.
Yes.
This is why we can't have nice things.
But so way back, you must have been on the moon, I think, because
Moon is good.
this was weeks ago. My sister and my niece came down. They're looking at school. My niece is 17 years old. She's like off to college,
Little college. I see.
which is it's very emotional because you're like, oh, this was the age I was. Like I remember
Yeah.
being that age and being like, I'm gonna be a comedian. Screw all you guys. But the neighbor's door is really
A lot
open
of
there.
in and out with this guy.
Yeah, we saw him. First time laying eyes on him.
Yeah, so his dick.
I tried to get a sniff at his dick, but I couldn't see it.
I'll give you. I wrote a whole op-ed about it. I've never used op-ed in my life.
I texted you in the bathroom. I was like, "That's him."
Oh, okay.
I wasn't sure if you were
I
looking
didn't
at
know
your phone.
that. I thought that was a gay code.
I only knew because you said he was wearing warm-up pants. And then I saw, we went in the bathroom, the door was open, and I saw warm-up pants.
See, I pictured like corduroy suit with elbow pads, crazy like Mark Twain hair.
Oh, writer.
Yeah, like a curmudgeon with a mustache.
Yeah.
Do we know he's a lawyer? Or do we make that up?
No, I think it says law or Esquire or some bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Adidas pants and the lawyer outfit.
Well, he's got his own office.
I think it's all
Pipes.
Zoom.
Ah.
With Zoom, you can have, a fucking strap-on on.
Yeah, tell me about it. Tubing.
Anywho, so they come down, they're looking at schools, and then you want to show, first of all, no one in my family has visited me ever. I've lived here 17 years. I grew up 200 miles away. Like, nobody comes.
It's a great city. They could just come for the city, not for you.
Yeah, you'd think something. There's plenty to see.
Yeah.
Including me.
C-word.
Sea World.
Cunt World. Wouldn't that be a horrible amusement park?
Oh, that sounds better than Shamu.
It's just Ellen and, the other lady, AOC or something.
Yeah, me if I don't get my tea on time.
There you go. My wife. Just kidding.
Ooh.
She's got a great clam, by my lady.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, I mean, it's about this big. It's like a zipped up tent. That thing is organized.
I like when it looks like an arrow, like a down arrow. You got the...
Oh, she's got that.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Perfect snatch.
I did the other day, not sexually, just as like a greeting. I tapped my wife's asshole and pussy at the same time.
I've done that.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, she's like, whoa, you get a rise out of them for sure. Also, my gal, I'm worried about the kid. If we have kids, I'm going to resent this kid because he might ruin that perfect honey pot.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think that happens. Well, you can get a C-section.
Yeah.
Then they got the big fucking crazy scar up the tits.
Yeah, they got the Joker mouth on there.
Yeah.
Gut there.
Well, either way, that stomach gets ruined. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's all
Pipes.
stretched out and yucky.
These poor lady, biology, I always say it, the biggest misogynist. The menstruation and the pregnancy and the period and the organ, what do you call it, the ovaries,
Yes.
underees.
It's not good. Yeah, the blood and the shit and the rapes, of course.
Yeah.
Smacking around, not as
Yeah,
strong, not as
yeah.
fast,
Yeah,
not as smart. It's tough.
not funny. Yeah, that's tough. All right, so, we love the ladies. All right.
We're having a nice time. Well, these two ladies came down, my sister, my niece, and you want to show them a little bit of old New York, the way it once was.
Rusty.
So they come down, we go look at the school, which is tough sledding. Now, I feel like I've aged 300 years in the last 5 years.
Yeah, I can see it on the face.
Because I didn't mean that, but you go to the school, and it's these young kids. They're all wearing masks.
Are you going?
I went to the school, yeah.
Okay.
I'm in there holding a hand and pointing things out. I'm scooping up the information, but the kids are all in masks, and I don't want to sound like one of these guys.
I hear you.
But it's every single person has to go through with the pronouns. So you got to say, hi, I'm Joe, I'm an uncle, and I'm he, him, and then this person goes. And I might be wrong. I don't want to get into a dark, weird area here. 'Cause
All right,
this isn't
no
what we
dark.
are. This isn't what the show is. But I think the pronouns is for people that it's not clear.
Right.
Like
I
it's
guess,
like I'm
yeah.
transitioning or I'm this, or I go by they, just so you know. But I'm like, I think otherwise it's just, you see, I'm a he.
Yes.
You can see that. Everybody, like nobody in this room, not this room also, but nobody at the tour is like, I wonder what's going on here.
Sure, but you can look like you, but be a woman and just haven't made the change yet. The physical change.
Yes.
I think I'm just
I
advocating.
understand, But if that's the case, then I say my pronouns.
Got it.
It should be your option to say pronouns or not. They're like, everybody go through, say your name and preferred pronouns.
Sure.
So I'm like, okay. It's just very strange to me.
Well, it's strange because you have to be hard and fast, like, I'll follow your rules, but I don't think they got to follow other people's rules. It feels like we got to do what you say or we're in trouble. But if I told you that, we'd be in trouble. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I'm not trying to get into a dark place either. I just think you be compassionate and we'll be compassionate.
Yes.
We got to both have compassion, but I got to go all in on you, but you won't even come to my front door.
It's tricky. Yeah, it's not. I'm not upset about it. It's
No,
just very
no.
odd that it's like we gotta. First of all, I'm upset because it just adds time. I'm like,
It's
all right,
very
come on, let's go.
time-consuming.
Let's get the tour. Hey, and everybody's pronoun was exactly what it seemed like.
Yeah.
And then one guy said this. I thought was
Uh-oh.
interesting. He said, "My preferred pronouns are he, him, they, them." How can it
Boy.
be both?
Yeah. That's
Again, I'm not trying to be a jerkus circus over here. I'm
No.
confused by that. I thought it was one or the other.
Well, that feels a little indulgent.
Well, you can't have a preference and have it be two things. Only one can be the preference.
Yeah.
It's like the use of goat. People are like, they're both the goat. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make sense.
But
Well,
I could be wrong. I know you might not be the guy to ask on the
I don't.
intricacies.
No, I'm not. But it's an interesting talk because I want everybody to get along. I want everybody to feel safe and accepted and included. But you start getting into these waters where it gets muddy, and then it's such a sensitive topic that if you question, wait, you can't be they, them, and a he, him. People go, whoa, what are you, crazy? You're one of these guys? You're like, wait, I'm just trying to understand. Shouldn't it be about understanding and then working through it and having a dialogue instead of just the jumping down the throat?
Yeah. And nobody jumped down my throat. I don't want to make it seem like we caught a fight, but
But you didn't bring it up.
I didn't bring it up. But
That's what I'm saying.
the word preference means I prefer. So it's weird to say my preference is this and then say two things. I
Of
feel like if you're like,
course.
what's your favorite ice cream? And I said, well, my favorite ice cream is chocolate and chocolate chip.
Right.
You're like, but
Those are
you
different.
need a preference.
Yeah,
So that was
yeah.
confusing. Anyways, my point is, you feel a little stiff there. You're like, okay, I
Yeah.
want to be careful here. And
it's tap dancing. Or not tap. You're on a tightrope there with all that stuff.
yes,
And it's weird because when I was a kid, or maybe even in the 50s, you'd always go, what are you, Irish? Oh, no, I'm Scottish. Oh, Scottish. Then you know how to make fun of them.
Right.
Or, well, what are you, Italian, whatever. And it was all, the Italian guy over here. Now it's all gender.
yes.
We don't fuck with race and ethnicity anymore. Now it's just like, it's either gender or political. What are you, left or right?
Right.
Left or right?
Interesting. Yeah, back in
Yeah.
the day, you'd be like Scottish, oh, you're cheap. Italian, hey, you hit your wife.
Yes.
Irish, you got a small dick. And
Exactly. It was fun. And now you go, oh, you're a right wing guy. Okay, you're a racist. Oh, you're left wing. Oh, you're a pussy or whatever.
it was fun. Yes.
So funny how things change, but we're still the same people. Just the perception changes, but we're still doing the same shit.
Oh, wacky pipes.
Yeah, and it all comes back around.
So you do the tour, and then you're like, you're nervous, and it's exciting. But then, by the way, our tour guide was,
Her, him, her,
it was a lady.
she, her.
Yes, and she was really cool. You know, you're like talking to someone, you're like, this lady's cool. She was she wasn't a teenager. I don't want you to get nervous.
Love a cool
And
lady.
I wasn't like, I gotta have sex with this lady, but she was just like fun and funny, and you're like, this is great. What a cool kid.
And good, she found the right gig where she's talking in front of people and touring.
Yeah, she was Ukrainian,
Ooh.
transfer student or whatever you call that, and it's hard because you do the tour. It's like a 2-hour tour, so you start to get another person. You want to be like, are your parents okay? What's going on there?
Wait,
You're
what?
Just curious. There's a war in Ukraine.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I'm from the Ukraine. You just want to be like, what's going on? Give us
Yeah.
because I haven't talked to any Ukrainian people since this war.
No, do you know Zelensky? Are you getting the money from Biden? Where's that going?
It's really was fascinating.
Hey, folks. I'm at the Denver airport making a connection, but let's do some ads. Tuesdays is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Using the internet without ExpressVPN is like leaving your keys in your car while you run into the gas station for a snack. Most of the time, you're probably fine. But what if you come back to see someone driving off with your car? It doesn't take much technical knowledge to hack someone. A 12-year-old could do it. You got that, Epstein? It doesn't take much. When you connect to an unencrypted network, like at hotels, airports, any hacker can gain access to your data. Encryption creates a secure tunnel between your device and the internet. It's encrypted so hackers can't steal your sensitive data. Boy, they got to get Hunter Biden on this. He'd be safe. It's easy to use. Fire up the app and click one button to get protected. And it works on all devices, phones, laptop, tablets, and you can always stay safe. That's why I use ExpressVPN when I'm out on the road. I know it will keep me secure anywhere. When I'm using ExpressVPN, I know I'm getting the best protection. Secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/Tuesdays. That's expressvpn.com/Tuesdays. And you can get an extra 3 months free. Woo-wee! All right, expressvpn.com/Tuesdays. Get on it. Hey, folks, Tuesdays with Stories is brought to you by Mint Mobile. Why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month for your phone bill? Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. Saving money by switching to Mint, the easiest New Year's resolution to complete. Come on, we're in Black History Month, folks. You gotta update this. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Love your current phone? Well, no problem. Use your phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily in minutes with eSIM. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Tuesdays. That's mintmobile.com/Tuesdays. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Tuesdays. Get on it.
Anyways, I'm taking a long time to tell. Let me get to the
Oh,
goods. What am I
sorry.
doing?
I'm delving.
No, it's my fault. So I went
Building.
we went to the school, looked at the school. It's very exciting. You're like, maybe you go here. I never went to college. I never looked
Right.
at a college. So
College
it's very
is
cool.
Beautiful thing.
Yeah,
It's a waste of money, but it's a fun time.
Very exciting. Very grateful I didn't go, but also you wish you went at the same time.
Sure.
But so we leave there, and I'm like, all right, let's go see the city. And we walked through Chinatown, which is exciting. And we go to like Soho, and I'm like, let's do some shopping in Soho. Because we're not, these are blue collar people, obviously. And we're not buying anything, but it's fun to go like, we're going to the Gucci store.
Yeah.
Let's go in there, which I love doing because it's like, you can go in these places.
Oh, yeah.
It's not illegal.
No.
You can have ripped jeans and sneakers and go walk around, go and pick shit up and put on the fucking Chanel glasses. So we're
Yeah.
having a whale of a time. It's like Ferris Bueller's Day Off down there. Then we walk around into the village and everything, and I go, all right, tonight I had spots at the Cellar. This is Friday night, Saturday night. And I go, all right, well, let's go home, regroup, and then we're going to go out. I'm going to take you guys to the Comedy Cellar, the greatest comedy club in the world.
What a host. I mean, you are really taking them, painting the town orange here.
Very exciting, Orange Theory. There's I got a spot at the Village Underground. I got a spot at the Comedy Cellar.
Woo!
Saturday night, 8:30 and 8:45, something, whatever that. Nice primo spots.
Energy in the air on those weekend cellar spots. It's something nice.
So it's like a Springsteen song. I'm like, put on your best dress, baby. Fix your hair up nice. We're going down
The band.
to make nice. And we get all excited. We go to the cab. We get in the cab. Sarah's comes with us. We go to the Olive Tree, and you're like, this is just a buzz.
Yes.
Greenwich Village, McDougal Street. And I'm telling them, like, this is where Dylan started and Bill Cosby and the other rapists.
Woody Allen.
It's Woody Allen, and it's just not a rapist. It's just a beautiful street, and it's exciting. And she's 17. She's still in high
Oh,
school.
my God.
So I'm
Is
like-
she head on a swivel, eyes like saucers?
I think so. I think excited.
Okay.
This kid, my family doesn't give you a lot always, but
Sure.
I think so. And my sister's excited. She's taking photos, and I'm like, you never know who's going to show up. They got celebrities there. Chris Rock is always there. Louis C.K. is always there. One time Madonna was there.
You got
Amy
that right.
Schumer's there. LeBron James was there. We saw Spike Jonze there. We saw Johnny Knoxville there.
Jon Stewart.
Stewart's always there. Who's the guy with the comb? Questlove is always there.
Yeah, the comb.
And
Comb over.
always celebs over
Yes,
there.
yes.
So
Comb head.
and it's Saturday night, so it's exciting. So we go, we get a booth, and it's just packed. It's full.
Surprised you got a booth.
And yeah, we got there early. We just slipped in there. We're ordering the wings and the food, and it feels cool because everyone's like, "Hey, Joe," and I'm like, "There's Ryan Hamilton. There
Yes.
goes Ethan Simmons Patterson." So
Yeah.
you feel like a cool guy.
Yes, yes. A lot of fist bumps.
And we order the food, and then, it takes a while because it's packed. So I go, all right, my spot at the Village Underground is pretty soon. So I'm like, I don't want to give up our table. Sarah's there, my sister's there, my niece is there. So I go, well, why doesn't one of you, I say to my niece, why don't you come? Well, come with me to the Village Underground. I'll go do a set. That's cool. The kid gets to leave.
That's big.
And you can tell my sister's like, oh, I want to go. But I'm like, you got to take the kid.
Yeah.
So I go, okay, we'll be right back. So I grab her and I go, here we go, off we go. We're walking up McDougal and 3rd Street, and you got to tell her about the kooks. You got to be like, just
Kook
careful.
Central.
I mean, this is dangerous kooks. And I go, okay, here comes one. So you're making your kid a little streetwise a little bit. You're like, watch out for this. Don't look anyone in the eye. Grab my belt if there's trouble.
Sure.
And we go around there. We go over the Village Underground. We come in, and you just walk down those stairs.
Oh, yeah.
And all I can think is, I was like, she must be shitting. I mean, you're like,
I hope so.
This is crazy, and it's packed, sold out. The band in the basement. She's not even old enough to be in there.
Yeah, and she's got the in with you. Like the door swings open, the bouncer goes, oh, hey Joe, all right. All that looks good. You look like Leota.
I know. I'm like, you're literally the coolest kid in school right now. This is the best. And Mike Yard's there, and Mike Yard's so cool because Mike Yard, he's black, he's older. I go, this is my niece, and he goes, shit, you got, he's like just playing, he's just talking to her like a normal person. And he's like, you with this fucking maniac, all right, whatever.
Oh, I love it.
And that's cool. And he's like, you're on next. And then it's fun because I think people think they're nervous for you, but you're not nervous. This is just a Saturday spot.
Is she queefing? I mean, I'd be like, oh my God, you get to sit in that little bird's nest up there.
I think she's screaming, but you got to play it cool.
All right.
You got to be cool. Everyone's got to be cool now.
You got to be cool. Well, not a lot of pronouns going on at the cellar, I'll tell you that.
No, this is not a safe space. So,
no.
So I go on, and it was a hot Saturday night, and the band played some hip-hop thing. So I started dancing and grooving, and then I was quoting some Biggie lyrics, and I was like, you didn't expect that. And I just improvised for a while and had a hot set.
And you're thinking about her the whole time, like, oh, you must like that. How about that family member?
And it's so adult because she's a child, and I'm doing adult stuff and pacing and doing the jokes. And then you come back, and you're kind of like, how do you like that? And then, by the way, Esty was there, which I didn't know. And I said to Liz, there should be a light if the booker's in the room. An extra light. Just like, hey, just a heads up.
Yeah.
The booker is in the room.
Bring the heat. You'd like to keep working, right?
Yes. And I was fucking around a lot. And I said to Esty, I was like, I wouldn't have fucked around so much if I knew you were here. And she's like, oh, you're fine. I said, okay.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
So then we leave there. I was like, we got to hustle back to the cellar. So we go back up the stairs, head over to the cellar. Then we're sitting there. And while we're walking over, we bump into Esty. She's walking, we're walking. And she goes, Chris is doing a spot over here. I got to go back. Chris is here. So now I turn to my niece and I go, oh, Chris Rock is doing a spot. And she's now, she's like, what?
He, him.
And I was like, he's over there right now. And she's like, are you kidding?
Ooh.
Are you kidding? And it's funny, too, because she's a child. So we think of Chris Rock as Bring the Pain, 1996.
You got that right. What is she, Madagascar?
I guess so. And the Oscars. She knows about it from like The Slap, I think.
Oh, right. The Slap. I forgot about it.
There's all kinds. You go to his IMDb, you forget because we're comedy fans. There's like Madagascar and all kinds of shit he keeps making.
Yeah, a lot of bad movies. Top 5 or whatever was something. And yeah, he's in like, I think of New Jack City and Blue Streak or whatever the fuck he was in.
But so she's excited. Then we go over. I tell my sister. I go, Sarah and my sister are sitting there. I go, Chris Rock is here, and they're like, here. He's here because these are,
country bumpkins.
They live in Whitman. They're not leaving Whitman. They're like, Chris Rock is here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, he's right over there. And so they're doing like the stretch, like, trying to look.
That's great. It's nice to see from their eyeball, their perspective.
It is, and it reminds you how cool we are.
Exactly.
So I'm like, let me find out what's going on over there. So I walk up, and they're like snapping photos from away, and they're like, you just talked to Chris Rock? And I was like, yeah, I talked to Chris Rock.
Wow.
And so I'm like, okay, I don't know when I'm going on because he's going on at some point, so I might end up getting bumped. And then Esty comes over with Liz, who's the booker and manager, the two head honchos.
Oh, yeah.
And they go, okay, so they know my sister and niece because I introduced them. They turn to them and they go, how'd you like to see Chris Rock do comedy?
Oh, I love it.
So they're like, what? Oh, my God, are you kidding? They're like, yes, you got 2 seats. We got 2 seats down there just for you. It's sold out.
This is like a Make-A-Wish.
It's like a Make-A-Wish, and it couldn't be better for me because I'm bringing them, trying to show them something cool, and my family is very hard to impress. I made a feature film. Nobody cared. So they're like, wow, this is exciting.
This is why the Cellar's the best club. They think about shit like that.
Yes, exactly. Well, and they say, I go, there's another reason. I go, so is he going on before or after?
Uh-oh.
And Esty goes, instead of. Which is a good line. It was pretty funny.
I had to burst my balloon here. We were on cloud 8, and you shit me right in my mouth.
Well, it was fun, though, because for me, I'm like, great. I'm getting $125 for not doing anything.
All right.
So, and then you're like, you don't have to have the stress of going on and whatever.
True, and you already went on.
I already had a set, and for me, it's worth it because now my sister and niece get the most exciting story of their lives.
Yes.
And so, but it was a good line by Esty. She had good timing.
Yeah.
I was like, before or after instead of. And I was like, that's not bad. But I think that's why, because I was getting bumped. They were like, well, Consolation will bring his sister and me. That's better. Everyone wins.
Okay. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Everybody wins.
Yes. And they're aware they want to see me, but they'd rather see Chris Rock.
Wow.
Everybody would.
Yes. And she already got to see you, and it went well. Thank God it went well, because as in the comic, neurotic, paranoid, cunty brain, I would go, I didn't have a great set. No wonder they're bumping me.
Right.
That's why they're bumping me, which is probably wrong, but that's where my dumb head would go.
No, they were really sweet. So we all go down there. Now we're like, it's like a prize fight. It's like Liz, Esty, me, my sister, Sarah. We're all walking down the stairs, and Chris is down there, and he's like, "Hey, Liz, sorry I'm bumping you." And they're like, I'm like, kind of looking at them like, huh? I told you.
Knows my name.
And then he's like, I love the movie. He's like, I know I told you, but the movie's so good. And it's nice for them to hear.
You want to be like, you see what he just did? Maybe you guys could do that every now and then.
It was pretty nice. And it's also just nice to hear from Chris. It's very
Sure.
sweet. He's probably lying, but still, he's like, the movie's great. You were great. Sorry I'm bumping you. And so then it's like they get the seats. There's these little the jump seats over there.
Oh, yeah, I know it.
So they put them in there, and I'm like doing this, praying they don't take their cameras out.
Oh, God.
And so Sarah and I nestle in the back, and here's Chris and me and Sarah, and then you get that moment, John Lasseter's hosting, and it's like, here comes Chris Rock.
Woo!
And it's so fun because my family knows what's happening. We know. I'm next to him. The crowd explodes.
I love it. That's what they come for.
And they explode. It's so exciting. And now you're in the back watching him, and I got to tell you, it is killer.
The new stuff.
He's got killer new burst out laughing. Got a great Elon Musk bit. He has some killer Will Smith stuff.
Yeah.
And
he's talking about the slap, folks. Is this for the new hour?
I have no idea what he's doing, I
Okay.
assume, but man, it was killer. And you know, there's some rock stuff that I'm not crazy about
Sure.
in the last 10 or 15 years. But this stuff is primo.
Whoa, you heard it here first, folks.
And it was so fun to watch. And then Leslie Jones came, and she was going on next. She was closing the show, and it was fun when he came off because it's fun to listen to their exchange.
Both celebrities.
Yeah. So she went on and killed. And it was just so cool to see him and watch him and to watch, like you said, through somebody else's eyes.
Yes.
And it really makes you feel grateful. It reminds you of like how insane our lives are.
I know, and we forget because we're like, oh, this flight, and the pods, and the comments, but pretty great.
I remember the first time seeing Chris Rock in person at the Vegas HBO Comedy TBS Festival in 2007. And it was like in the green room, and I remember like he was like over there and being like, I am in the same room as Chris Rock. This is nuts.
Pretty jarring.
And now you see him, you go, hey, what's up, Chris? How's it going?
I still get the twinkle and the gay love, but
There's a twink.
But yeah, love a twink. But
On my
I still
phone.
get it. I mean, I get it with Louis still, and I shouldn't. But like, I'm having brunch with Seinfeld next week, and I'm already thinking about it.
Oh, wow. That is spicy meatballs.
Yeah. But I think I'm just. Yeah, I could meet Meryl Streep, and I go, oh, hey, cool, that's pretty awesome. But if it's a comic, I'm like, when I met Norm, I was shitting blood.
Well, also, Seinfeld, though, is such a bigger, as we've talked about before, such a bigger deal than Rock and Louis because
The show.
it formed our entire being. Our whole existence is shaped by this television program.
I know. It's the cement is dried, and he put his big fat Jew name right on it.
Yeah, it's like Rock. I've spent I've watched Bring the Pain 30 times, but all in, I've watched 75 hours of Rock.
Right.
All in, I've watched
Millions.
20,000 hours of Seinfeld.
Oh yeah, keep going.
The TV show, I mean.
Yeah. You don't have that much material.
So that's a bigger deal. But yeah, it was very exciting. And then, afterwards, you're like, how was that? It's almost like sex. You're like, was that insane? They're like, it was
Yeah.
amazing. They're like, this is crazy.
Is there any worry about the material, the edginess or the adultness level of it?
Of his material?
Well, with the 17-year-old, does that even cross the sister's mind or tits?
I don't think so. I mean, think nowadays with TikTok and everything, they've heard all of it. And our family's always been very liberal with language. I mean, like I was watching Carlin when I was 7. Literally.
Same here.
So,
yeah, and action movies, ripping a guy's head off, never a problem.
Yeah. My family had no, what do you call that? Hey, none of that.
Censoring, yeah,
Yes,
same.
none of that.
You know these films with the child lock? Oh, my mom's got the child lock on the cable. I'm like, what? My mom lets me watch Two Girls, One Cup on repeat.
I remember there was kids that couldn't watch The Simpsons. Like a lot of them. They couldn't watch Simpsons and couldn't wear Simpsons stuff. And I was like, that's insane.
Yeah, that's stupid. It's a cartoon.
Even as a kid, I would just be like, what? No,
I know.
Get out of here.
Yeah, well,
So,
what can you do?
That was exciting.
That is very big and then fun. And Rock has no idea. He's probably like, I did a set the other night. Yet he changed some little queef's life.
Well, that's the coolest part about being a celebrity. I said that to Colin years ago. It's like you make everybody's day.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty great. And I harp on this too much, and I need to let it go. But, like, I heard some people, this is maybe 3 years ago, like, oh, I rewatched Chris Rock. It's so offensive to this group and offensive to that and sexist or whatever. And you're like, oh, really? I never really thought about it like that. And then you start getting sad. But then, in the grand scheme, he walks down those stairs, the fucking place erupts.
Of course.
So I need to stop absorbing all that negativity just because some douche was like, I thought it was offensive. In my head, I worry. I go, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, you know? I don't want to be that guy. But it blows over, and it's a bigger thing.
All the people that have been in trouble for saying something, I don't want to bring in people that have stuff physically.
Sure.
But all the people that have been in trouble for saying things have all brought way more joy. Comedians, I'm talking about.
Yeah, not
Alex Jones. But like people, the comedians have brought way more joy than they have anything else. Usually it's 300 people who loved it and one asshole didn't like it.
I know, but you know how comics are. We focus on the arm-crossed douche in the front.
Yes. Whisper a comment in my ear. What is it? Shout a comment in my ear. I don't hear it. Whisper an insult from across the room and I hear it or something like that.
There you go.
One of those things.
Yeah, well, I speaking of whispering, I did 7 Zooms yesterday.
7 Zooms? What is this, 2020?
20? Yeah, brutal. So I'm shooting the special, and they go, we want to set you up with the right director. So you got to Zoom with all these guys. And I go, I think I got the guy. And they go, just Zoom. So it's just noon, and then a 1, and then a 1:40, and then a 2:30, and you can't leave the house because you're like, I got to go Zoom.
Yep.
Nightmare. But I think we got the guy, and it was weird because we Zoom one guy. This guy's got a rap sheet of just Joe Coy, Fluffy, Taylor Talbot, and every big theater act going right now. He's done them all the specials. And I'm like, wow, this guy's way out of my pay grade. I go, what'd you think of the material? Is it too edgy? He goes, some of it was a little too rich for my blood. And I go, well, you're out.
Oh,
you know, like, what are we doing here? You can't shoot a special that you think is too offensive.
Yeah, you don't want to have your name on it.
Yeah, which I obviously he was willing to do, but I remember thinking like, all right, how am I going to narrow these guys down? And this guy was like, well, the school shooting stuff was like, that was a little much. I'm like, well, how are you going to shoot this then?
Yeah.
No
school
pun
shoot
intended. Yeah, but like, imagine like Tarantino's like, I'm going to hire this DP. What do you think? And like, well, when you rape the guy in the dungeon under the pawn shop, we might have to cut that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't have that.
It's no good. You need the full approval.
Yeah.
You be worried about this queef.
And I'm not saying the queef's got to blow me, but like, if you can't get on board with the act, that's number one with a bullet.
Yes.
No pun intended again.
Right.
With the school shooting. But yeah, so that was awkward. But 7 Zooms, you forget. I mean, that was worse than COVID, was the Zooming.
Yeah, I had a similar day yesterday. Same thing. It's like, therapy over the phone because I wasn't back in time because I had to travel, and then I had a Zoom with I'm doing an album / special, and then after that, there's like an audition. It was the same kind of, I hate, all you want is to finish obligations.
Yes.
So you're like, woo, and then you finish one, you have the come down, and then you're like, wait, I got another one.
Yeah, and then the worst part is after all the Zooms, the manager goes, let's do a call to go over them. I'm like, oh, I thought I was done.
It's brutal.
And I get it. They're all correct. And they just want the best product. But it's a cum stain in my hair.
Devil wears product.
Yes. Anne Hathaway's got something.
Oh, my God. Forget about it. She's so hot.
Very hot. And underrated body. She wore that cat suit for Catwoman or whatever. It was
unbelievable. And then broke back with her her bombs out
Really?
in the back of the car. Yeah.
I couldn't stop watching the gay sex. Pull up the Brokeback photo. I don't remember that. If you can swivel that old personal computer there.
Big cans, her and Gyllenhaal in the back seat, and she says, "Am I going too fast?" He said, "Fast or slow? I just like the direction you're going." Then he rips off the titties, and they kind of have a jiggle.
Wait,
situation.
they show him?
Yes, full titty, back of the car, Brokeback, great film.
Not Gyllenhaal. You talking about
Hathaway's tits, cans, and she's like leaning forward. They're kind of hanging down. It's tremendous.
Berkshire Hathaway. Yeah, pull that up. But Gyllenhaal, I find odd looking.
Maggie?
Yeah.
Yes, but
Jake,
Jake's the hottest.
Smoke show.
Yes.
Love Jake. Heath bar is a snack as well, as the gays would say.
Yeah. Do they say that?
The snack. Yeah, you're a snack. I love
kidding.
it. I get my whole inbox is just gay guys calling me a snack, and I'll take it.
How about that? I'd like to be a snack.
Yeah, if they only knew my dick was fun size.
That's not bad. I got a couple other things here. I mean, how much more do you have?
That's I'm out.
You got nothing?
I had 8 seconds on Zoom, and I'm
Oh,
done.
jeez. That wasn't
Let me think. I might have something. Boy, yeah, you ever have that day yesterday? I'm so glad we're potting today because yesterday, you ever have this? I woke up and I just went, I got nothing.
Yes, I have that every day.
I had my brain wasn't clicking. I couldn't catch anything. I hated it. I was cranky. The whole wrong side of the bed thing. I always hated when people say that. I had it. I woke up on he, her, she, them. I was all over the place.
It happens. And by the way, I think I told you I was in a Zoom meeting and everyone has their pronouns, and one guy had he-haw. And it's the funniest joke I've ever heard in my life.
I think
it says he/haw.
I think Giannis wrote that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Giannis did that 3 years ago.
Well, this
he
was a
tweeted
while
it and
ago.
got a ton of shit.
It was pretty damn good. But, and this was in like a meeting with like woke people safe space. So it was
This guy's my
a
hero.
little edgy, but
Yeah.
it was a hot dog all the way.
Hot dog.
But, okay, well, I got a couple little things here.
All right. Put a
you-
little thing in my ass.
If you want them. And just YouTube commenters, you heard Mark say he's got nothing. These people, if I
mean,
talk too much,
I'll chime. I'm chiming. We're having a conversation
I'll
here.
chime, but they'll go list hog the whole fucking thing. We didn't get to hear from our Lord and Savior, Joe's piece of shit.
Get your chime on.
And there's no thing that shows at the beginning when we hit record where you're like, I don't have anything. You got to go. So then I'm like, you got it, buddy. And then I'm
All
like,
right.
wow, wow, wow.
Well, it's a show about stories, so if I have no story and you have a story, say this goddamn story.
I'm telling you, I'm getting death threat. I had a swastika on my front door because I talked too much on one up 3 years ago.
That was from Chuck. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, put it in my ass. Uh-oh, what'd you
They,
get? A
they
little...
tore the bag. See this? Look at this. Take a peek.
Oh, yeah, I tore my bag in college.
I
It's a
heard the
nightmare.
story. We know the story.
All right, sorry. It's a show about stories.
You know, you haven't mentioned in a while the tubes in the ears. That was big the first 300
Really?
episodes. Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, you'd say that every couple minutes.
I had tubes. Look at the tubes.
By the way, is this, Joey, is this accurate? 491st episode? So we're close to our 500th.
Ooh,
we should do a big
something.
thing.
Yeah.
We should go to Kieves.
Keynes. Yes.
I wonder how close it's going to hit to Gramercy. It might be like
Whoa. Well, we could probably do the math here. No, it's
Yeah.
going to be further away than Gramercy.
not. Yes.
What day is that? March 14th.
14th. Oh, God.
I'm
Cancel whatever you
I'm
booked.
going to be out of town.
Let's see here.
It looks like 500 will be. Let's see, 92, 304.
Oh, okay.
We're
You know,
doing the math.
here's a nugget. I'm going to the Super Bowl.
What?
Yeah, I got tickets
What?
from what's his face?
You're like Newman.
The dentist. Yeah.
Watley.
Thank you.
You're going to the Super Bowl.
I'm going to the Super Bowl.
What? This always happens. People that don't give a fuck about football get Super Bowl tickets. Are you kidding?
It wasn't my idea.
Are you kidding? How do you get Super Bowl?
So I'm opening for Bert in Phoenix.
Wow.
Like 2 days before, and he's like, well, I'm a zillionaire. I'll just buy his tickets to the Super Bowl. So me and Gillis are going.
Whoa. And Gillis' squad is in there.
It's Eagles,
The
yeah.
Eagles.
So
now you got to root for the Eagles, which is a bummer.
I don't mind the
He's
Eagles.
sitting next to him.
Go Birds.
I hate those. I hate the green. Well, I shouldn't talk about
Look what
this.
you're
Philly,
wearing.
they're gonna shoot me.
Yeah,
I guess I
they'll
like
kill
green.
you.
Go Eagles.
Well, Bert and me and Shane are texting, and he goes, we need a third. Who should we bring? And I threw out your name.
Nah, I don't believe it for a second.
I did. I threw out your name. I threw out Sam. I threw out a bunch of names, and Shane's like Soder, Big J, whatever. and we narrowed it down to we want someone who drinks. So
Ah.
you were out.
Okay.
And then we wanted someone blah, blah, blah. So other people were out. So we settled on Derosa.
A non-sports guy. He hates sports.
Drinker from Philly.
But he hates sports. That
I don't know
nullifies.
if he hates them.
He does. He's anti-sports.
Really?
Yes.
Anti-sport.
You got 2 non-sports fans going to the Super Bowl. That's fucked up on principle.
I didn't know he hated sports.
Hates sports. He's like a Star Wars dick.
I don't hate sports.
He does hate The Sopranos, though. So DeRosa brings points back.
Does he really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, you
Yeah.
found your soulmate.
I know. But he's like a comic book guy, I think.
Yeah,
He's one of those
yeah.
guys.
I always say
He's going to leave the game.
he does blow and he drinks and he owns a bar and he's a fun guy. But I woke up at his apartment once after a blackout and I thought I was in Comic-Con. I was like, it was like action figures and Super Nintendos and a big picture of Luke Skywalker. I'm like, oh, did I wake up at Kevin Smith's house? Where the fuck am I?
He's a real Chuck.
He's a Chuck. He's a liberal Chuck. Yes. He's
Ooh,
a
it all
Chuck
comes
old.
back around.
You guys always say I
Wow.
love Star Wars. I don't know where this came from.
Well, whatever. You know what
It's
you
in the
mean. You're like
family,
a
the-
Comic
all
Con
the virgin
guy.
stuff.
Yeah. You like Punisher or whatever. Yeah, you
Punisher.
do.
You like Star Trek.
He-Man
I know, like
and
Star Trek.
Picard.
Yeah,
Play guitar.
Thundercats.
What are you kidding me?
Wow. Well, the Super
guitar.
Bowl. I'd rather watch it at home, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Who
send
wants
you-
to go to the Super Bowl?
I'll send you a photo.
Too expensive. Traffic. What's happening?
The 500th episode will be on April 25th.
April 25th. There you go,
Yeah.
folks. Be there.
It's a good year. Good date. April
4/25. 5
Wait,
days
should we
after
do
Hitler's
something?
birthday.
Should we wear a suit? Should we go gay? Should we kiss? Should we,
should do
a
some-
dunk
Ooh,
tank?
500.
Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, let's talk off air.
All right.
Okay.
I'll tell you the invention, too.
500 episodes. That's wild.
That's a lot of
I mean,
content.
500 hours.
Content. Yeah, that's big. I mean, that's 500 hours has got to be a measurement of something.
Yeah.
And by the way, September will be 10 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's way more than 500 hours because you've done
Bonuses,
like 300 hours of Patreon
live
stuff.
apps.
More than that.
Right.
Jeez,
Plus,
Louise.
some episodes are longer than an hour.
Wow.
True.
Some of them are like an hour 10, an hour 15.
And a couple we lost, a couple we had to delete. So, you know.
Oh, yeah. We definitely, Chris deleted a couple episodes. There was a few. Remember the Comics Unleashed debacle?
He almost got sued.
That was legendary. We had a couple guests that we had to just get out of there.
We shouldn't have had Cosby on. That
Yeah.
was my fault.
That was
What's
Yeah.
the almost got sued story?
That was a whole other family. We're going to get
We-
re-sued.
we-
but
I went on the show and trashed the whole thing and pretty much told all the inner workings of it. And
Yeah.
he beep, boop, boop,
we
boop.
really
Hello.
did a number.
Yeah.
It was bad.
We were unleashed. So that got ugly.
It was bad.
And I don't know if you know this cat, but he's very litigious.
Yeah, it was wild. But anyways, wow, a lot of memories.
A lot of history there. Herstory.
Any jizz. All right, so let's focus up here. What was I saying?
Super Bowl.
Oh, they're gonna be mad because the Super Bowl's passed. They're gonna be like, "We're
Is
getting a
it?
Super Bowl episode." Yeah,
Jesus. Well, it just happened, technically.
yeah.
Kind of.
A week ago. Happened last week.
I'll tell you all about it in the next ep.
Yeah,
Or a future ep.
yeah. I don't know. It'll be the next one, I think.
Okay. We can do some finagling.
Yeah, we'll do some finagling and whatever. What time? How long have we been going? I'm all fucked up. We're recording 9 episodes in one day.
Yeah, we had Chipotle. I'm a little.
Or 50 minutes in, I gave you that.
Oh, okay. I
gave you
saw
the-
that, but I don't know how long ago that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, you like
clock's
Star Wars.
Yeah, the clock's
I
up.
don't like Star
Punisher.
Wars.
So you're over there in a galaxy far, far away. Well, so I was at
Staten
Mohegan Sun
Island.
a few months ago, and I was playing some Let It Ride with old Jason Canner. Fun game, no dice, but whatever.
Thank you.
We're playing the game, and I get jacks and nines, two pair, which is
okay.
nice. That pays 2 to 1.
I've jacked my 9.
That's 2 to 1, and I got $10 bet out there, so
All
I'm
right.
owed $20.
Okay.
Now the lady Denise is the dealer's name. She was an old catcher's mitt, just
I know
and
the
all
type.
crinkly and
Crunchy tits.
crunchy. Yeah,
Yes.
Keys disease.
Crispy.
So I go, hey, 2 pair. All right, because this. I like to have fun when I'm playing. And they get ready to flip the other card. I'm like 9, 9, 9, 9, and it was a 9.
Oh.
So the whole table goes, hey,
That's
and I go,
big.
all right.
Great moment.
And I hit 2 pair. She pays me $10. And then I take the money back and I throw the cards and I go, I have a moment where I'm like, wait, I had 2 pair. And she goes, yeah, jacks. I don't know nothing about 2 pair. And I go, no, I had jacks and 9s.
9 was the big reveal.
Yes, and the guy over there who I didn't know, he goes, yeah, you were rooting for a 9 and flipped one. And I was like, yeah, I had jacks and 9. That's 2-1.
Whoa.
And she was like, no, you had jacks and I paid you for jacks.
Whoa, Applejacks. This lady's on cracks.
So I go, no. And then you start to, do you have this? I have no confidence in anything. This is why I hate confrontation and discussion. Because I'm like, my heart rate goes up. I'm like, am I crazy?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm crazy. And she's a dealer. This is what she does for a living.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I must be crazy. But I'm like, you know me, I'm quite
low key,
compulsive. I check my hand 100 times. I check everything 100 times.
Plus, you were going 9. I mean, it's all right there.
Yes, the guy confirmed, and I went, no, I think I had jacks and 9. I mean, I rooted for a 9. I got the 9, and she goes, "Do you want to file a complaint? We go to the eye, and I could call the pit boss."
Yeah.
And I go, well,
I'd like my 10 is what I'd like.
I said, honestly, how crazy is that going to be? It's going to be a huge deal. It's $10. We're talking about $10 here, but
Principal.
also, yeah, principle and ego. You're like, yeah, can we call her over? Because she had already pulled all the cards in. And I'm like, I think I had 2 pair. I'm sorry. And then so she brings over, she's like, let me call the pit boss, which is scary.
Yeah, he's intimidating.
But the pit boss is like a 75-year-old lady. She walks over with readers on, like, "Roar." And don't you think of a pit boss as being like pinky ring, mob?
You want a big bald guy with a suit on, like an alligator, what do you call it, shark skin suit.
Yes.
Something from Casino.
So the other lady comes over and goes, well, the only way we can check the video, we can check the cameras. And there's 2 other it's me and Canner and 2 other guys.
You don't want to ruin their night.
Yes. And I go, well, how long does it take? She goes, I don't know. We'll have to call them. And I go, okay, well, it's $10, but I'm pretty sure this is crazy. And the dealer's just sitting there looking at me like, you piece of shit. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but yeah, I think you should call.
Yeah, well, she fucked up. Why is she mad at you?
So
Well, she doesn't know she fucked up.
the story is very frustrating. So she goes and calls, and I'm like trembling. And she goes, you can continue the game, which I'm like, okay, good. That's all I cared about.
That helps.
As long as these guys don't have to sit here or leave. So she calls the eye in the sky, which is very exciting.
Yes.
She hangs up and she goes, okay, they're going to call back.
Big
and I go,
pizza
great.
pie.
Which is so crazy to think like they're in the video room looking this up. And I go, okay. So we play a couple more hands. And then I'm like, the anticipation's killing me. I hear the phone ring, the pit boss phone.
Oh, I love a phone.
And I'm like, okay, here we go. And she goes over and I just hear, wow. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Interesting.
Oh, boy, you beat the system, Jerry.
Okay, well, here we go. Okay. Hangs up, comes back. This is where it's going to get really frustrating.
Oh, no.
She comes back and she goes, you had jacks and 9s. And I go, okay. She goes, but she paid you. And she goes, maybe you got confused because she took away your side, but there's like a 3-card bet. She's like, you took that money away, so maybe you were confused, which makes me crazy when people say maybe you're confused.
Yes.
But now I'm a little insecure, and then she's a pit boss, and she's talking to the mob boss.
Well, what does that mean, paid you?
So here's where the confusion happens.
Okay. I don't want to skip ahead here.
So this is where the confusion is. So she thought I was saying I didn't get paid. But I only realized this afterwards. The problem was I got paid, but not enough.
Right.
I was supposed to get paid 2-1. She gave me $10. But in that moment that she said that, I didn't realize. So I went, because this is all happening in the moment and moving.
No.
So I went, okay. Yeah, she's like, that's probably why you're confused. So I went, all right. And she walks away. And I'm sitting there going, I guess she paid me. But I'm like, I reacted right away that she didn't pay me.
Yeah.
And it's only after about 3 minutes that I go, oh, the pit boss thought I said I didn't get paid at all. But I did get paid. So when they watched on camera, they just watched the chips. They got her move the chips over, but it wasn't enough chips. But then I was like, do I call her all the way back over and do this all over again and have them go back to the tape again?
I think you do.
But I said to the dealer, remember you said Jack. She openly admitted I paid you for Jack, but she went silent. Right? This happened. She was just like, because she doesn't want to get in trouble.
Denise, you coos.
So I just let it go, but I can't let it go. I just sat there and I was like, do I want to fucking start this whole, excuse me, actually.
But you're right. That's
know,
the key.
I'm
You're right.
And Canner's like, 100%. I was there. And then the dealer even said, you didn't have jacks and nines. She's like, you had jacks. I paid you for the jacks. You didn't have no nines.
It's all right there.
Yes. And then I just sat on it. And like every couple minutes, I'd be like, should I go say something? And then I was like, fuck it. And we just left. They took my $10. But worse than the $10, I don't even give a fuck about $10. I give a fuck I think that's what you were thinking.
Yes,
They think they're right. And Denise, the dealer, knows. But it's also hard because it's like a 70-year-old African-American woman. You don't want to just in front of her, because you have to do it in front of her. Like, she fucked up. She didn't pay me enough money. And so I just let it go, but I haven't let it go because I'm like, the whole rest of the time, I was just like, motherfucker.
Oh, that's fucking heartbreaking.
$10, and they reviewed it. But that's what was so frustrating. She's like, you did have jacks and nines. I'm like, well, that's what the argument was.
Exactly.
She said I didn't have it.
Hearing it now, I know you lived through it and it's awkward and she's black and all that, but...
And old.
Hearing it now, it's all so obvious.
I know.
But at the moment, I get it. It's weird. It's confrontation. It's awkward. It's tense.
And they tell you so matter-of-factly. She's like, you had it, but they paid you.
Yeah.
So, okay. And then they walk away, so you're like, like I said, I keep repeating myself, but I just didn't understand what she was saying.
Yes.
That's why I was like, oh, I guess I'm wrong. And then you're like, oh, I see what's happening here.
Is there any check? Because this makes me think less of the casino. Because you're watching it on video, and she openly admitted, oh, you had jacks, I paid you for the jacks. Now we find out you had nines from the video, so obviously she should have to pay you also for the nines, but... I lost my train of thought. but doesn't...
There's a miscommunication of what he's asking.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's so obvious, and it makes me... Do you think there's any foul play here? That's what I was getting
I think
at.
there's foul play over $10, whatever. I just think that they probably assume the player is wrong more often because the dealers are dealing all day.
It feels shady,
But
because they should catch that.
They fuck up all the time. When I was playing poker, they told me the day before, the dealer shoved the pot to the losing hand, and they had to go like, whoa, no, he had this, and they had to go to the camera then. They'd be like, he had a straight, because the dealer may not see it.
Yeah.
By the way, it's astounding how fast dealers can see a hand.
It's incredible.
Like, you get to the end of a poker game, and they throw down the cards, and he's like, okay, straight, 3 of a kind. I'm like, 7, 8, 9,
exactly,
10.
exactly, yeah.
Obviously, like my hand, I know what I have.
Right,
but
right.
like someone else throws their cards, I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Oh, I totally get that. Damn, that is tough. But these casinos, did you hear about this casino in upstate that the woman pulled the thing on the slot, came up $10 million winner, and they go, oh, the machine's broken. And she was like, that's your problem. I want my $10 million. And they were like, no, and they went to court and they won.
Wow.
Pull that up. This nice lady.
Well, they're powerhouses, I think.
Yeah, they win. And they go, the machine was broken. It's like, well, how come it's never broken the other way?
Right.
Like how come I can't go, hey, I think I won $10 million, but it says 2 apples and an orange.
Right.
You know, you can't go, I think I won, the machine's broken.
There was an old wives' tale about a roulette bet. You know about this? We probably talked about this in episode 38, but
10 years ago.
I don't know if this was real or not, but there was a guy, supposedly the story, I think it's a wives' tale, but maybe it's a real story. We could look it up. I bet it's a myth. This guy was at a roulette table, and he would hand, after every spin, he'd hand the dealer, he'd go, oh, I placed a mental bet on 28. It didn't come up. Here's my $80. And the dealer was like, what? And he's like, just take it. I bet mentally I didn't win. And the dealer was like, oh, okay. So he just took the $80. And then he said, oh, I placed a mental bet on 7. I lost. Here's $60.
Huh.
And then the dealer was like, all right. And they just took the money. And then he was like, oh, I just hit. I placed a mental bet of $50 on 10. And then they were like, because he took the money for the mental bet, they've established mental bets, and they had to pay him out.
Whoa.
That might be a fake story, but it's certainly
mental
a story.
Bet. Who's this, Magneto?
Maybe look up mental bet.
Yeah. That's a good
They're playing
title.
at the Paradise.
Wow, mental bet. Sounds like a guy I know. You don't know Mental Bet? Oh, he's a good egg.
I know Mental Vet. He fucking yelled at me in Austin on the street one day. All right, so what? Give us the Mental Bet and the 10 million thing.
Did you get the slot machine whore?
I got the slot machine. I don't know about this mental bet.
That's going to be a tough sled.
It's a wives' tale.
Says slot machine told her she hit a massive jackpot, but the casino claimed it was a machine error and offered her a meal on the house.
A meal, Jerry.
So she won $43 million.
Woo! Get the swordfish.
Which would have been the largest jackpot ever won in the slots in U.S. history.
Broken.
She excitedly snapped a selfie with the screen, but when the bookman came to collect... Her name is Bookman. But when Bookman came to collect her prize,
Wow.
kind of strange,
Philip Baker Hall.
a casino worker told her she didn't actually won anything and offered her nothing but a complimentary steak dinner and $225.
$225.
It said that the resort, it's Resorts World. The spokesman apologized and told CNN that casino personnel were able to determine the figure displayed in the penny slot was a result of an obvious malfunction, a fact later confirmed by the New York State Gaming Commission. It says the New York State Gaming Commission also said in August that the machine displayed a disclaimer saying malfunctions void all pays and plays.
Damn. Give the lady a mill, Just have mercy on this poor woman because it's cruel to take that away from her like that.
Yeah.
50,000. Well, it's also like in poker, there's a bad beat. It's like a big pot. Like if you have 4 of a kind of 5s or better, and you lose to like a royal flush, whatever, everyone gets paid out. It's like a huge thing. But you're like, if you lose 4 of a kind, if you have 4 4s and you lose to 4 7s, there's nothing like you should get a dinner for that. There should be like levels of things. Like you lose a 4 of a kind, it's like, hey, here's $300.
Yeah, get a steak.
Here's you go to the buffet or whatever.
Right.
Jimmy Buffet.
Agreed.
No fake bet roulette. I'm gonna look it up.
This is why I hate casinos.
I'm guessing the word isn't mental bet. I guess it's a different word that was used because I can't find anything with mental bet and casino.
Yeah.
What were you going to say? You hate casinos?
Well, casinos are just sad to me. I like the gambling. It's fun. I get it. But it's the most fun thing on a TV show or a movie or a commercial. It's like hot women and dice and blowing on them. And then you go there, and it's the exact opposite. It's kind of like a cheeseburger. At McDonald's, the commercial, you're like, wow, look at that thing. It's 10 feet tall. There's mayonnaise piling out the side. It's beautiful. Then you get a McDonald's, it's like somebody shit out an old sandwich in Calcutta. It's brutal. But a casino, just the camo hats, the limps, the respirators, the smoking, the old ladies, the gin and tonics, the sad waitress. It's brutal.
What? But that's why the poker room is funner, I think, because you can kind of joke around a little bit. And hang. But even there, it's like, I was talking about this on stage. You're playing, and then like every single player knows every single dealer. So you're like, this is a little sad. Like I think these guys are just here all day, every day.
Oh, no doubt about it. They've lost their kids are mad at them. Their wives hate them. They're divorced. Whatever. It's not pretty.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough life.
The whole thing is based on hope, and you're not really selling a product. You're selling hope.
Yes, and hope is the same muscle as anxiety.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's all future.
Ah.
Like being hopeful and being anxious are both dissatisfaction with the present.
Right.
Essentially.
Right. Yeah,
like if you're like,
very
I have hope for this, it means like I'm unhappy now.
Yeah.
But hopefully this will help.
Right.
Yeah.
It's because anxiety is negative. Hope is a little more positive, but
Yes.
it is the same. It's rooted in the future. You're right.
Same muscle, yeah.
I'm listening to a podcast right now, and it's about dating apps and how they're all owned by one company. But they said that the slot machine type of like, how you're obviously, I don't know what that sound was. You just keep like swiping left and right on people on dating apps. They said there's a slot machine aspect to it where
Same with Instagram.
when you do things that have the potential of ending up good, you get the same you get like a dopamine hit.
Yeah.
So even if you consistently lose and never get anywhere, pulling the slot machine is the potential, and you get a dopamine hit just from this could be good.
It's the same with Twitter and Instagram. You
Yeah,
keep
just
refreshing
scrolling.
and then a like or whatever.
Well, I don't think we should slot shame, but I get it.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, I'm getting texts about I'm filming this project. My camera guy's not going to make it until
What?
9.
Oh,
the weather.
The flight. Yeah.
it's
So can you say the prop? Maybe I don't know. That's
I've
your
talked
call.
about it a couple times.
Oh,
Making a
okay,
film
okay.
about Tom Dustin, old
Oh,
Tommy
yeah.
D. It's going to be exciting. Get the excitement going.
Yeah.
Yes,
He told the
yes.
story on my podcast.
Yeah.
He's
so,
a fun guy, and he's just you can't take your eyes off of him on screen.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, we're down a cameraman, and it's just me and Syracuse. So.
Well, he's got a great track record.
All right, we got to wrap it up.
Yes.
been fun.
Where you gonna be there, fat man?
I don't even know anymore. This comes out in April of 2024.
Yeah.
I'm shooting the special March 6th. Let me see some dates in here.
We got any ads or anything?
Well, we'll do that after.
I'm just curious.
Oh, I see.
All right.
March 6th, shooting the special at the Village Underground. Oh, we got another PS 109 show on the 24th, this Friday. PS 109 might be sold out. Next week, Chicago, Park West, March 2nd. Please come to that. Village Underground. Oh, March 14th, live episode at the Gramercy. That's sold out, of course. I'm doing Comedy Dojo on March 18th.
Oh, I love the dojo.
Got to work a new hour. I'm going to Bruce Springsteen March 20th.
Whoa, the boss.
Oh, my God, that's horrible. And then Salt Lake City, March 31st. And April 1st, Wilbur Theater, April 15th.
Woo, hometown hero.
Back in Austin for Moon Tower. Are you going to Moon Tower?
Nah, I don't think so.
April 29th to the 21st, Purdue University. You can't come to that. Side Splitters, May 4th through the 6th.
Purdue.
And, yeah, pretty excited. They might win the national championship.
Super Bowl.
Spokane, June 1st through the 3rd. Columbus Funny Bone, June 16th through the 17th. Irvine, California, the middle of July.
Oh, great club.
San Jose, July 20th through the 22nd.
Fun
and then
place.
a bunch of dates people want to know about. August, Providence Comedy Connection. Portland, Helium in August. Dallas Improv in August. It's all happening. It's all pipes.
Addison, yeah, great room also. All right, I'm at Come to the Vic again Friday. We're adding a show on the 17th. Toledo, Funny Bone. So I'm going to go right from Magic to Hades.
Yikes.
And then we're off to Poughkeepsie. Let's sell that thing out. Oxnard, Levity Live in L.A. or outside of L.A. Bricktown Comedy Club in, I guess that's OKC, I believe that is. Dayton Funny Bone. And all kinds of fun stuff. Get on it. Get on the Patreon. Tell a friend. Queef it up. Chuck, you want to plug?
Yeah, I got a podcast called Fun Bearable with a great comic named Ray Harrington. Yeah.
Chipotle. Sorry.
If you want to hear about Joe's special documentary he's shooting this week, you can listen to the Fun Bearable episode. Just go to funbearablepod.com. Joe's episode is marked right at the top so you can listen to it, and you'll hear that whole story, as well as a great story of, I've never seen Joe get grossed out by a big jizz story, but there's a jizz story on there.
Oh, God.
Do you remember that?
remember.
The
No,
desk?
I don't.
Jizzing all over the desk?
Oh, yeah. That was horrible.
Yeah, you hated it.
Oh, there you go.
Oof.
But yeah, check it out. I don't know what episode's coming out this week, but that Joe episode and the Mark episode are pinned at the top of the page.
Hell
Fun Bearable
yeah. All right, folks. Thank you, Chuckster. Liberal Chuck. And, yeah, fun stuff. That's lunch.
Patreon.
Get a mug.
Subscribe to the YouTube.
No one wants to
Wake it up.
be themselves.